Hi, isn't it amazing how the amount of news that happens every day in the world just exactly fits into the newspaper? Or is it just me thinking it? Ooh, that should cause for a meditation. Okay. What is trending? What has been happening since the month of August, right? Let's talk about trends. Hello there, welcome to the first episode of Wimtorq TV, where we talk about everything trending, right? And I'm your host, Chiniyimba, and yeah, I love you too. Okay, so right about now, let's dive into it. So, I don't know if you've ever come across a story, a trending story online, and you feel intrigued, really interested in it, and you just want to go right into your Google to search for the full story. Okay. So you don't have to always go that length to stress because we will be bringing you all of that trending information in it. So into sports, right? So our Nigerian Toby Amusan sad yesterday failed to make it to the final Paris 2024 Olympics. Guys, it was so saddening. I mean, when I saw the information yesterday on Instagram, I felt really bad because I mean, you know this thing when you are almost at that point. I mean, it's a different thing entirely when you, let's say it's your grade in school, your CGPA, let's say it's a 3 point this, a 2 point this. It's a whole different case entirely compared to when ah ah when you like made it to 4 points, let's say 4.4 or thereabout, good, and then you just have a very little point to hit on it. That's like the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen to anyone. Seriously, that was it for Toby, our Nigerian Toby Amusan. Sadly, from the update, she made it to the ninth position. Sadly, just one slot away from the eight that were taken to go for this finalist. Saddening. So, right, what disqualified her was the qualifications of one Jamaica Akara. I don't know if I pronounced her name correctly. Forgive me, right? So, and one France um, order, yeah. So, as we all know, Toby Amusan was the 2022 world champion and record holder. I mean, yeah. And it was really big one yesterday. Nigerians had hopes. I mean, I saw this Instagram comment and the person was like, what is the essence of making it to this point if you can't make it there? And even if that has some epitome of truth in it, it just wasn't fair enough a comment because I mean, this lady did her possible best. She did it. She did it. For her to have gotten to that point, it is a whole lot, right? So we should be cheering her up. We should be like, yeah. Give her all of the accolades she deserves because, girl, she is amazing. She did her possible best. I mean, if you look at the difference, what distinguishes our Nigerian Toby's score or points to the Jamaicas and then the France, it wasn't so big, yeah. Toby made 12.55 seconds, yeah, in the first heat, whereas this other made that of Jamaica was 12.44, and then that of Serene, the France lady, 12.52 seconds in the second heat. Seriously, she did amazing, and it's only sad that we couldn't make it to the Paris 2024 Olympics, sadly for Nigeria. But then, of course, every day no be Christmas, so we have sometime later to, I mean, engage in this again, and who knows. Still on sports trends, right? Premier League recently announced that moving on, they are going to be working with some new established rules, which is to commence, of course, 2024-2025 season. As we all know, the Premier League is the highest English league that is usually contested by 20 clubs. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 20 clubs. I know, right? So recently they established new rules, which is to, I think, commence with this Manchester versus Fulham football that is to begin on the 16th of this month, August. So one of the rules, one of the new rules established by EPL. So one of the new rules established by EPL, moving on, is that the number of substitute in a single match is no longer going to be three, but rather 3 to 5. Right. So before now, I mean, the previous season, it used to be three, but then now they've made it 3 to 5. And this was done so to correspond with the fact that teams are able to make five substitute at any one time. Also, the multi-balls change. Yeah, that's one of the changes they made, or rules moving on. Right, the balls are now 15 in number. So yeah, players are no longer going to waste time. Is that the word? Yeah. So there's effective time management now. So the moment a ball is off the pitch and far away, rather than the players wait until the ball comes back to them, they have access to 15 balls right on the cone. They could just reach to any of the cone and pick up a ball and continue playing. That's super great. Yeah, nice one. And yeah, they also stated that ball assistants were not permitted, are not permitted to pick up balls and hand it over to players anymore. It is no longer permitted. But then there was an exception, and the exception was that ball assistants, which are usually behind the goalpost, right, have that let's call it grace. They have that grace to go pick a ball when it's off there and then hand it over to the goalkeeper. Right, that's the instruction to the goalkeeper. There was a warning for referees too. Referees who try to delay the continuity of football, let's say by holding the ball or just making any sort of delay whatsoever, would face wahala. Oh, that gave me I don't know if it gave me timely, but yeah, they're not permitted to do that. Right. This is all to enhance time management and see that the league competition moving on is well managed, effective, and give me a word. So this very one, is one that would be of interest to everyone, right? To me, to you, it is economic trend. Economic trend. We are all aware of the hunger protest. Guys. You know how devastating this whole protest has been. How it's is already claiming lives, but then we're not even seeing the impact just yet, right? But lives are taken, and oh goodness, we shouldn't go into so much um dramatic moments. But it is no longer funny. I mean, states like Kogi, Kano, they were placed on curfew due to the escalations, the violence, the looting here and there. My goodness. Somehow, I don't know, for some reasons where I am based currently, it's peaceful here. There's no protest. I mean, where you are too could be like that and makes you feel everywhere is cool. No, things are really happening. Things have been happening with this protesting. So many lives have gone. I mean, I stumbled upon a post made by one woman calling out for justice for her child. She lost her son, and she regretted. She was regretting the action. She was like, well, maybe she had known somehow, she would have restrained them from getting in any sort of involvement, right, with the protest. But it's now a thing of, had I known. Right, today is 10th, and this is supposed to be the end, if I am not mistaken. Right, it's supposed to be a 10 days protest which started on the 1st of August and has been running until date. Well, let's see how it turns out. Nigerians, they are really not cool with this whole high cost of living. The inflation is maddening. This whole thing, the turbulence, hasn't been funny. I mean, with some parts of Nigeria, I mean the south, there's relative peace. I don't know if that's correct, but I think that there's been peace relatively over there as compared to some parts in the north. It's been really chaotic, really chaotic. If you're not hearing violence, you're hearing looting, you're hearing that, this. Whew. And all of this are simply calls for better governance, calls calls for a better political. Oh goodness me, God just has to come through for Nigeria. Calls for better governance because everyone wants a better life. Nigerians want better lives, and it's not too much to ask for, right? But well, that's like the highlights of this week, the hunger protest, and it is ending today as we earlier stated. And let's just see how today turns out to be. We are still hoping. Yeah, I'm a Nigerian. I don't know about you, but surely we are hoping that this whole thing comes to an end in a positive light. I mean, we want to see results. Yeah. Okay, so another trending gist that occurred this week was yeah. We all know. Okay, we all know. Then I shouldn't be saying this, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So it's about the cross dresser, popularly known as Bob Risky. Yeah. His real name Idris Okuneye. Yeah. I don't know if I got that pronunciation correctly, right? On the 12th, he was released. I mean, he's been there for about 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he came back, and with the trending video the viral trending video of his, he was advising people, I mean Nigerians, to not abuse the naira, right? Because the reason he went into prison for this amount of time was because he sprayed naira, the naira currency, at a party, and he was, yeah, apprehended for that. So he was now advising Nigerians to not do that, except they want to be, in his words, he said, don't spray money or you become the next kiwi landlord. My goodness. And as much as that is funny, that is a good advice for you to hold on to. Don't be the next to experience such a hardship. Yeah, welcome to him. Welcome. It was quite dramatic and cool. I mean, people were all joyful, joyous. Yeah, as I saw on Instagram, as well as some Facebook reels. Yeah, right. So that trended this week too. Next on the list is the pageantry trend of one Miss Chidima, supposed South African, right? And some are saying she's a Nigerian. Yeah, Chidima Adishina. Is that the name? I suppose. So she trended this week too, partly regarding her eligibility for the pageantry. So the controversies had it that she is not qualified because the requirements for, I mean, becoming a Miss South Africa or just any state is to be what? Number one, an indigene of the state, right? And you should have a valid passport, which of course I knew she had that. So it was a question of her identity. And sadly, our contestant, yeah, she had to withdraw. Yeah, she stated that on one of her posts some days ago that she was withdrawing for her family's sake and herself, right? She's just glad that she went through this phase. She's glad about the whole journey, the whole experience, the exposure that came with it. But going on was what she wasn't sure she could put up. So she said sadly. And someone in one of the comment sections I read was saying Nigerians don't like Nigerians. Does that ring a bell to you? Do you find any epitome of truth in it? Well, I don't know, but if truly she is a Nigerian, she should have gotten some amount of support. I mean, what's the need for doing that? It's sad because today being 10th of August is the day for the pageantry, the 6th edition of South African pageantry 2024. And yeah, the supposed winner of this was to stand a chance of going for Miss Universe. Oops, that's like a really huge one. And she just missed it. It's really sad, really saddens my heart, but it happened. So let's go into the next trending issue for this week. As of yesterday, a really terrible one occurred, right? The bridge I mean, the road connecting Kanu to Maiduguri was damaged as a result of flood. The governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, called upon the federal government to help them fix the road urgently, as it is one very essential way, right, to ensure that production of goods, flow of commerce works effectively and all that. It is quite saddening that why the country is trying to make amends and I mean get things running, more terrible stuff, malicious one for that matter, are just taking place. And well, I didn't hear of any case of death, even though I saw buses floating inside of really big water. I mean, very big water. I was like, oh goodness me, no one should be in there. And yeah, I didn't read of any death casualty or any casualty. And I hope that is the situation right now. So this first episode wasn't intended to be long. Yeah, we like wanted it quite short and interesting and engaging and all. And you tell me in the comment section if this was worth your time. So yeah, we can improve subsequently. And yes, thank you for joining us. Do well to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more trending issues. Right, we don't see still stories, like give you stories that just happened few hours, few days away from the day the video is uploaded. So do well to stay tuned for more coming from us at Wimtorq TV.